There's a lot of men interested in Robyn, and they were sort of trying to get around me and to her. I want to know that God has been my wingman with you and that nobody can take you away.
Why does Kody act like Robyn is some kind of unattainable prize? It's almost comical. He's constantly talking about how desirable she is, and in the latest episode, while they're on what looks like a date in someone's living room, he's going on about how there are so many men who try to go around him just to get to her. Really? Robyn? The woman who looks like she just walked out of a tanning bed commercial. Sure, it's nice that Kody's still all about his last remaining wife, but come on. What's his deal with her being so sought after? Maybe he's just got sand in his eyes from all the time spent in that tanning bed. Or maybe it's because when they first got together, Robyn made him feel like the chosen one in her world of endless suitors. She used to love mentioning how many offers she had, so it's no surprise that, over time, she's turned that into a little game, subtly reminding Kody that she could have had anyone. Now, if you listen closely, you'll realize that when Kody says men are trying to go around him to get to Robyn, it's probably because she's told him that guys are hitting on her behind his back. Of course, there's no real evidence to back this up, but in his paranoia, especially with 3 wives leaving in 3 years, he probably believes her. It's a power play on her part. She keeps him wrapped around her finger, making him feel like he's got some sort of rare gem on his arm, when, in reality, it's just her little ego boost. Kody eats it up because he loves the idea of others being jealous of him. Honestly, they strike me as the type of couple where Robyn gets handed a dad's phone number at soccer practice, just to coordinate who's bringing oranges for the game, and Kody's on the phone the next day, yelling about disrespect. Kody has to act like Robyn's this big catch, because if he admits she's just a plain, dowdy woman who only has one thing going for her, the ability to inflate his ego, he'd have to face the fact that he's a total loser. He's lost everything and gained exactly nothing. And deep down, he knows that only one man, an older guy, was ever interested in Robyn before he came along. So who exactly are these mysterious men that supposedly want her? It's all to feed his ego. Kody has to convince himself he's some irresistible stud. Otherwise, if no one else wants Robyn, then he's not as desirable as he thinks he is. And that's a truth he's not ready to face. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. Kody's jealousy of Christine is as transparent as it gets. I'm watching this scene unfold, and it's honestly a masterclass in ego. Here's Kody, acting like he's so proud of Christine for selling her house, but let's be real, he's absolutely fuming that she's able to escape. The way he talks about her getting out of the lobster bucket is just code for, how dare you leave me behind. He's bruised, for sure, but it's more than that. It's this massive, ugly jealousy. She's stepping out of the mess he's stuck in, and he can't handle it. Then, there's the little detail that really gets under his skin. Christine isn't just escaping him, she's thriving while he's floundering. She's got the support of the other wives, especially Janelle and all the OG 13. And let's not forget, the public is practically cheering her on. That sends Kody into overdrive. In his twisted little world, women who leave the marriage are supposed to be shunned by everyone, his wives, his kids, the whole community. But no, Christine's out here with a fresh start, and he can't comprehend how everyone, including the people who are supposed to be loyal to him, are choosing her. But it's not just the fans or the other wives that drive him mad. He's also seething that Robyn stays dead silent when he's losing his mind about how unkind Christine is to the other wives, aka Robyn. But the moment he rips into Meri over the land scraps, Robyn's on her feet, yelling at him to stop in defending her own marriage. The hypocrisy is wild. Kody lets Robyn take shots at the other wives without a second thought, but when it comes to Christine, no chance. Robyn thinks she's got it all figured out, and how dare Christine speak out about her marriage. The nerve. What's really eating him up, though, is that he never thought any of the wives would leave. He thought he could keep playing favorites with Robyn and the rest of them would just fall in line. And when Christine did leave, his world shattered. He can't comprehend a reality where Christine's life got 100% better once she stopped tolerating him and his nonsense. She's out here living her best life while he's stuck in a toxic cycle, and he just can't wrap his head around it. The thing with his daughter saying she hates Christine is proof that Kody and Robyn are clearly brainwashing the kids with this narrative. They're fueling the hate, making sure Christine's the villain in their eyes. But the real kicker? Kody's FOMO is out of control. He really thought Christine would be a miserable wreck, crawling back to him, begging for forgiveness. Instead, she's found peace, happiness, and a whole lot of love, and he's losing it. Wow, where do I even begin? I just watched the latest episode, and honestly, I can't believe the stuff coming out of Kody and Robyn's mouths. Kody's totally lost it. I swear, he's all sweet and cozy with Meri, but it's so obvious he's just trying to keep her financially invested. I mean, can you blame him? But props to Meri for finally standing up to him. And don't even get me started on Robyn's soundbite for next week's episode, where she claims her wedding wasn't about her, it was for the whole family. Oh, really? She had a fancy dress, a huge ceremony, and an 11-day honeymoon. Yeah, sounds like a real selfless act there, Robyn. Please. I seriously can't stand them. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I really hope Christine, Janelle, and anyone else who's fed up with Kody and Robyn just sue the pants off them and drain their bank accounts. Maybe then they'll understand what it's like to feel the consequences of their actions. On a different note, I can't stand my Kelty either. I literally zone out when she starts talking. But I had to get this off my chest. And seriously, when do these two just disappear already? It's been months, and I haven't seen a single positive post about them. If I were as hated as Kody and Robyn, I'd probably want to crawl under a rock and never come out. Honestly, it would mess me up to be that universally disliked. Now, Robyn really outdid herself with her martyr act. She claimed she sacrificed her wedding so it could be about Christine, Meri, and Janelle. That's some next-level self-deception right there. She really thinks she's a saint, doesn't she? And let's not forget that years ago, Kody made some comment about how some of his wives didn't get the wedding they wanted. Guess who he was looking at when he said that? Robyn. It was so obvious she was feeling sorry for herself, thinking her wedding wasn't good enough. Meanwhile, fans of the sister wives were thinking, wow, poor Christine and Janelle, their weddings were so sad. Guess it's all about perspective, right? Christine's wedding. Where do we even begin? Kody, in all his glory, acted like the world was ending, all heartbroken and angry that Christine left him. But let's not forget the little details where he was also saying he never loved her and was disgusted by her. Classic Kody, right? And then, when it's time for her to get married again, he's out here wishing he could be part of the Brown family mosh pit. Seriously, dude, pick a lane. Are you grossed out by her, or are you genuinely devastated that she moved on and got married? It's all about his ego. The guy just can't wrap his mind around the idea of not being the center of attention. I mean, there's a reason he had 4 wives, right? It's like he's collecting people just to keep that spotlight shining on him. And don't even get me started on what he said about Logan's wedding. He genuinely thought everyone was trying to look like they were having more fun than him, like they were plotting to make him feel bad or something. As if people can't just enjoy themselves without being on some mission to get back at him. But then again, polygamy and ego go hand in hand, so this kind of thing isn't exactly a surprise. But yeah, I think the real reason Kody's so pissed is because Christine actually dared to leave him. That must have been a major blow to his pride. And don't forget, since she left, her popularity has skyrocketed, which just adds salt to his already wounded ego. He's probably still reeling from that humiliation. It's honestly eye-opening rewatching from the start and seeing just how little Kody actually holds baby Truly compared to how much he's seen holding baby Saul. I mean, Truly is always being held by Christine, her siblings, or some other mom, but Robyn? Nah, she's too busy with her own kids to bother. Kody holding Truly? Oh, that's a rare gem, 2 instances in Season 3, and that's being generous. But when Saul comes into the picture, oh, Kody's practically glued to him. Seriously, he's holding him all the time. And let's not forget, Kody used to drive Saul to school. Never heard anything about him taking Truly, even though, they're just a few years apart. I mean, could you imagine how hard that must have been for Truly? Watching her dad take Saul to school every day but never her. I bet that's a real confidence booster. And then there's the question of how this whole Saul is my favorite thing has messed with Truly. Could that be why she seems so uncomfortable around Kody? Just a thought. Oh, and let's not forget the magical editing that only shows us what they want us to see. This could all be totally different off camera, though I highly doubt it. Still, it's pretty telling from the jump, don't you think? Christine was already saying in Season 3 that Kody was spending all his time at Robyn's place. This is before they even moved to the cul-de-sac. Meanwhile, Robyn is over there, never holding anyone else's kids. Like, no hugs, no comforting, no leaning on her lap, nothing. You'd think she's allergic to them. Though, to be fair, Janelle wasn't exactly a cuddler either, so maybe that's just her thing. But Christine and Meri? They practically had a kid attached to them at all times. Kody, though, he couldn't even pretend to care about Truly while he doted all over Saul. And let's talk about how invisible Truly was to Kody. Like, she nearly died from kidney failure due to dehydration while the moms were away. How does a dad not notice that his baby is on the brink of death from not getting enough fluids? But hey, Kody sold himself to the world as the super dad, right? The perfect polygamist. What a joke. I'm just glad Truly has someone like David in her life now, someone who actually cares. Oh, and here's a thought that's been bugging me. When Kody was living in Flagstaff, didn't he have to pass Christine's house every time he took Saul and Meri to school? Why not take Truly too? Are they not close enough in age to go to the same school? I could be wrong about the geography, but I swear Kody mentioned passing Christine's house when he was leaving, and yet no Truly in sight. Seems a little cruel, doesn't it? Meri's judgment of how Christine and Janelle handled their exits from Kody is just dripping with irony. She wants to appear like she's above it all, taking the high road, but can't resist a little backstabbing. Why not just say, I want to do things in a way I can be proud of, and leave it at that, instead of throwing shade at everyone else's choices? Then there's the whole thing about her relationship with Kody. She's quick to lament that the other wives have commented on it, yet here she is, doing the same thing to them. Classic Meri move, right? It's almost like she's forgotten that the others have their own reasons for speaking up, or worse, she doesn't see her own hypocrisy. As for the kids, we don't know if Kody hurt Meri's child the way he did to Janelle and Christine's kids, but if my husband treated my kids like that, he wouldn't make it out of the house in one piece. The firestorm Kody would face would make anything Christine or Janelle dealt with look like a gentle breeze. Let's be real, none of these women have fully let go of the competition between them. Christine, especially, never misses a chance to throw a little shade. I ended the friendship. She won't be invited. I don't have a relationship. And when she does give a compliment, it's loaded with a dig, like when she said, I'm so happy for Meri. She was manipulated for years, conveniently leaving out the fact that she was tangled in the same mess. Until they really take a hard look at the cult mentality that taught them to compete for favor, this cycle of one-upping each other will never end. It's all about being right and casting the others as wrong. And frankly, Meri owes nothing to the family that shut her out. She has every right to voice her opinion. It's hard to watch them tear each other down, especially when it's the kids who end up suffering from all this drama. That said, Meri is being hypocritical, and I don't think she sees it yet. But the others don't know her anything either. They're entitled to stand up for themselves and express their feelings. But here's the kicker. Breaking free from these old impulses isn't easy, especially when they're deeply embedded from years of cult indoctrination. Janelle and Christine, particularly Christine, have said some pretty sharp things about Meri during confessionals. My guess is Meri filmed her recent confessionals right after she saw all that, especially the bit about the melted ring. You know, the clip they sneakily inserted from the current season confessionals? Yeah, that one. Robyn, clearly not picking up on the vibe, decides to rub it in. I have sex with Kody. She follows up with, a pregnancy is a physical manifestation that there is an intimate relationship between a husband and one of your sister wives. Read the room, Robyn. Seriously. The death glares from Christine, Meri, and Janelle could not be more obvious. Why on earth would you keep repeating this unless you were trying to cause maximum discomfort? So cruel, but hey, that's our Robyn for you, completely oblivious and somehow managing to be unkind at every turn. She's just clinging to whatever shred of self-esteem she has left, and it's at the expense of everyone around her. Unreal. But really, what else can she do? Can't cook, can't work, can't even handle raising kids alone. Honestly, it's hard to watch her function as a human being. I've never seen a more weak, helpless woman in my life. Now, as uncomfortable as it is for the rest of them, Meri, Christine, and Janelle have already had that awkward conversation. Sure, it's weird to talk about, but they get that people are curious. That's where Meri's "we don't go weird" comment comes from. It might be awkward for viewers, but it's just part of their reality. Pretending Kody doesn't have intimate relationships with his other wives would be delusional when there are 13 kids between them. The list Kody gave Meri? Well, it's the kind of list that changes its items and moves the goalposts as soon as you look away. You know, the kind of list that probably included have a warm, great relationship with Robyn, even though it's anyone's guess how that's supposed to happen. So I just wrapped up watching the wedding special, and let me tell you, Robyn really shone, in the worst way possible. Despite barely getting any screen time, she somehow managed to make a huge impression. A really, really bad one. She's like a walking embodiment of bitterness and jealousy. Honestly, it's mind-blowing. And that kiss? Oh boy. Kody and Robyn looked like they were both wishing they could be literally anywhere else. Meanwhile, Robyn's waving off the camera like they're interrupting some intense, passionate moment. Yeah, no, Robyn. That moment was the textbook definition of cringe. Honestly, it's in my top 3 most awkward moments for sure. But wait, it gets better. Kody, bless his heart, actually seemed to show some genuine grace. Dare I say, the most gracious we've ever seen him. And that bar is, of course, in the basement. He wished Christine happiness, and it was like watching a rare, mildly touching moment, until Robyn ruined it. Her whole vibe screamed sour grapes, as she half-heartedly said something about hoping Christine and David find happiness, while making the saddest, most dramatic face as if she just lost her last chance at a prize. You could almost hear her thinking, I won Kody, but now Christine's thriving and Meri and Janelle are just living their best lives, and I'm still stuck with this man-child. So yeah, while Robyn might have felt like the winner in the early days, now it looks like she's just miserable. The jealousy is palpable. She's jealous of Jen's friendship with Meri, Kody not being able to get over Christine, and of course, Christine's entire life right now. Christine is over there thriving, having a huge wedding, while Robyn is side-eyeing it all in pure misery. And don't get me started on her weird side-eye when she kissed Kody. That whole thing was something else. It's funny, because Robyn came into this family all gung-ho, thinking she was going to be the savior, the favorite wife, the favorite mom, And let's not forget, reality TV's next breakout star. But she just can't wrap her head around the fact that Kody's least favorite wife, Christine, actually became way more likable than she'll ever be. Robyn couldn't even pull off a simple Zoom call for a Christmas gift exchange without throwing a tantrum. Meanwhile, Christine's wedding pulled Kody's whole family together, including his ex and her kids, and Christine's kids. Robyn's jealousy, yeah, that's the cherry on top. She thought she had everything figured out, but it turns out she's just been outshone by someone she never thought deserved any of it. Oof. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.